Central Executive Committee is the top organ of our party. And it comprises about 27 people. But for you elect about 22. Because the 5 are special nominees. Now, His Excellency the President and the Chairman of the National Resistance Movement has signed an instrument. This instrument that His Excellency the President has signed is to summon the Central Executive Committee between 26th, 27th, and 28th of this very month. We shall be at Tororo. All the delegates from Busia, from Tororo, from Kabong, all the districts and all the municipalities. We shall gather at Tororo for the 2 days, 27th and 28th. But before that, you are going to have special conferences for the special interest groups. That's a conference for women, there will be a conference for the youth, there will be a conference for people with disabilities, there will be a conference for veterans, all those conferences. Now those conferences will begin before the main conference. And during those conferences, you are going to elect leaders. Of course, in one of the conferences, that's the conference for the big sister, the conference for the women. Immediately after those conferences, we are going to join together for the main conference at Tororo. In that conference, you are going to elect for 10 positions, but for 9 people anyway. Even the positions that you hear, there was already one person picked. The only person picked was President Museveni as a chairman. You shall still go, you as a delegate, and confirm that. We are devising means how we are going to do this. It may not be necessarily lining up, because you cannot line up against only one person who is standing, but probably there will be a book where we're going to sign like we did last time. Some of you who are there. But still, even if it is unopposed, it has to be confirmed that the history must tell that all the people in Busia signed for General Kaguta Museveni. Because there would be somebody who would insist himself, or he may pick only nomination. Nobody wants to stand against him, but nobody signed for him. That means there is a vote of no confidence, even when there is nobody opposing you openly. So we need to see and must make sure that we still love the man. Now, that will be for His Excellency the President. Of course, afterwards, that's the chairman. It's a national delegates conference that also elects the flag bearer for presidency. Because the first position is chairman. The second position is presidential candidate. According to our constitution, we can have 2 people standing on different positions. Because we are telling you this because probably in the next delegates conference you may have 2 people. One for president, another for chairman. I know you have all the reasons why you are going to sign for General Kaguta Museveni. Personally, I will sign for him. I will endorse him. How many of you are ready to endorse President Museveni? Wow. Now, after him, you are going to have other 8 people. Number 1, the first vice chairman of the party. The first vice chairman of the party, about 4 or 5 people picked nominations. But SEC is sitting on 21st and 23rd. In that SEC will be some kind of rating. So the 3-4 candidates that stood against one of us, whoever, some of them may be out because that will be a vetting process. The vetting is going to take place between 21st and 23rd. But as we talk now, there are some 3-4 people that picked nomination against Alhaji Moses Chibongo. The third position that you are going to elect is the second vice chairperson, female. 2 people picked nomination, and they are still there. Now, the number 4 position we normally call number nya. Number 4 position is the position for the vice chairpersons. We have 6 vice chairpersons into the country, 6. All of us, different regions. Dr. Chris Baromunsi, Western. Now, Kiwanda Godfrey Suubi, Central Region, Salongo. You have this flyer? So fly it out and see Salongo. Salongo. How do you call it Salongo in Bukedi? You know we are very special people. Are they good people or bad people? Very good people. Now, I'm in charge Central Region, not Uganda. Because at times people confuse. They think that Central Region means Uganda. Central Region, okay, it has 27 districts of Uganda, but it's not called Uganda. Because Uganda includes Kampala. And Kampala is not part of my Central Region. Kampala is a region of its own. So there is a vice chairperson in charge of Kampala. There's a vice chairperson, those are 3 now. There's another vice chairperson in charge Eastern. There's another vice chairperson in charge Karamoja. And the 6th one, the vice chairperson in charge Northern Region. Unfortunately, we lost 2. My brother Simon Peter died in a car accident. That was the vice chairperson in charge Karamoja. And my brother, Right Honorable Jacob Olanya, also died when I just began a term. He was the vice chairperson in charge Northern Region. So you are going to elect 6 plus the 3, that makes 9 people. So as you come to the National Delegates Conference, be very sure that you are coming to elect the top leadership of the organ called National Central Executive Committee. What is SEC? Central Executive Committee. SEC is a small executive that represents when we may not be able to call the national conference, the NEC, SEC sits on your behalf. That's why we did not go for elections, remember, during COVID time, but you have to at least to elect SEC. And SEC was there, it has been there, extending your term. Some of you are all who've been in the committees. It's been SEC that has been extending your term until you are now coming and the new office bearers you are taking over. It's a think tank. SEC is not government. SEC doesn't hold resources. It's a think tank. You know, these days in SEC, there are 2 sections of people. One, there are those who have come with money, terrorizing everyone, that SEC is about money. But there are also a group of people led by Dr. Chris Baromunsi, myself and Lydia, who said, there is the cadreship. Let's go and explain to our people what we stand for. And that's patriotism, that is nationalism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. Because we cannot mortgage our party. We made some delegates some time back, like 2 weeks back. Everyone was saying, highest bidder. We said, in our party, that cannot be in Tororo. That's why I see, when I came here, I was talking to Dr. Chris when I was getting started. I said, wow, now I've seen the real NRM people. NRM, oh yeah? Now, as you come for this, what do we do as SEC? Of course, we hope the chairman on the policies of the party. Some of the policies that you see working, they began in the Central Executive Committee. A policy like Parish Development Model, it's a born child of the Central Executive Committee. And for that. Yes. When we come up with ideas, we push them to cabinet. And some of our people sit in cabinet. Dr. Chris Baromunsi, he has that kind of a Salongo history. Because for him, he sits in cabinet, he also sits in SEC, but also sits in parliament. So when SEC comes up with an idea, it is pushed to cabinet. Cabinet thinks through it. Then cabinet pushes it to parliament. And the policy at times comes into law. There is something that we have actually just come up with. Now, SEC proposed that every chairperson of a level, sub-county chairperson NRM, district chairman NRM, chairperson NRM municipality, they become automatic members of the council. So they can follow if you're district chairman of Busia, NRM, you are a member of Busia district local government. Why? Because we need you to make follow-up on government funds, follow-up on our money. Everybody, when we are discussing, it's not on media, it's not like cabinet, even a cabinet, it's not like parliament. Most of the things that we talk in SEC, that either push them as policies but at times there are also some other policies that begin with cabinet and president calls us to seek the advice of the Central Executive Committee. That's what you do. So in the Central Executive Committee, you look at people who can really be, who is the president, which brains you are sending to the president. It's not about who has the biggest sum of money. No, it is not. It is not. Me, I've been secretary only 4 years. I've seen people like Dr. Rugunda. I've seen people like Dr. Chionga. You talk about ideas. It's about that we push for the way forward of our country. And when we make a manifesto and they hand it over to the civil servants, at times they may not be able, they don't have that pinch, they don't have that pain of what we go through when we're looking for a vote. At times they may not be necessarily able to make follow-ups on our projects. So now SEC has just proposed that. We push that to the cabinet passed it. Now, even one day Dr. Chris Baromus was in the media center and made a pronouncement about it. And cabinet, parliament anytime is pronouncing itself on that. And when we were doing that law, we did not say the NRM leaders, we said the leaders of a sitting government. So the only thing that we need to do is that we remain in power. So that even when you are elected as a chairperson of NRM of a division, you are automatically a member of that council. Now, many other policies. You remember recently we sent extra 1 billion shillings to every district to make sure that we work on our feeder roads. That was a brainchild of the Central Executive Committee. Yes. Another thing that we do. So you are not going to go. I was telling people who saw yesterday, when we came up with the Parish Development Model, when we were thinking about it, we thought that we should send 100 million shillings to the parish. Lydia stands up, said, you people, when you send 100 million shillings to the parish in a block, my women are going to suffer. I said, how? Women are also part of the community. If they've sent 100 million shillings, let them benefit. Say, no, let's put a percentage. That percentage that we saw, 30 million shillings, the 30% who came from this lady called Honorable. I'm here as Kiwanda Godfrey Suubi. I put part of my literature down here. I may not be able to go through everything, but definitely I've talked about Kiwanda as a patriot, Kiwanda as a mobilizer, Kiwanda as a servant leader, locally rooted and nationally committed. Yes, when we talk about the national character, that's what it means. I was there at this in Karamoja for 5 years. Yes, when I was in Karamoja, there's nothing like you, Kiwanda, you are from Uganda. That's why people with national nature like Kiwanda, that's why even our constitution insists that a second member of a regional vice chairperson like Dr. Chris Baromus should be at a level of a national nature, not just regionalizing us. That's why we are voted by the whole country. We are leaders at that level. And that's why I always tell people, please don't quantify this. Don't. It's about what we think about our party, where it's going to be. Honorable members, Kiwanda is the current vice chairman of the National Resistance Movement. When I read the Central Executive Committee, Ndugu Rugunda was our representative on the National Consultative Forum. National Consultative Forum is a body. It's a body of political parties. Or if you read our constitution, Article 70, talks about National Consultative Forum. And what is it? It's a forum that brings all political parties together. Every political party is represented by one person on that forum. And the person who was our chairman was Dr. Ndugu Ruhana Rugunda. When his term expired, the Electoral Commission, which is in charge of political parties, wrote to the Secretary General to deliver the letter to the President and the Chairman of NRM, asking him to appoint one person to go to this body. I want to tell you, and that's why you have to be very proud. His Excellency the President, without even doing what he did, he said, that body which requires a person with high integrity, a person that can also respect others, a person that can actually be there but be in charge, even when Bobi Wine is seated here, Mao is here, that should be Kiwanda. I'm now I'm the chairman of the National Consultative Forum, a forum that brings all the political parties together. When I chair that meeting, the 27 political parties are seated. That's the level of say. When you're elected, those are the kind of people that you need. That my term as the chairman of the National Consultative Forum just began in 2025. And it's going up to 2030. And I cannot be a chairman of National Consultative Forum unless I'm a second member. Some of you are Catholics, you know. You cannot be a parish priest unless you're a Reverend Father. You can't. Bwana Mukuru in Uganda, we call them Bwana Mukuru. You cannot be a parish priest unless you are. Yes, some time back I was in Busia with the third judge Ogora and my sister Barbara. We went to a certain church, the archdeaconry. You cannot be an archdeaconry unless you're a reverend. Members, the party has just given me that assignment to be the chairman of the National Consultative Forum. If you don't support me to retain my chairpersonship of the NRM of Central Region, I cannot continue to be a chairman of the National Consultative Forum. I request you kindly maintain me as your vice chairman, NRM, Central Region, so that I continue chairing the National Consultative Forum. The rest of the things that I've worked with you, I've been a minister before. I'm a former chairperson in Uganda Parliamentary Caucus, former member of parliament for 3 terms. I began being a member of parliament at 23 years. I'm a former president district commissioner in Karamoja. I have a rich history. My loyalty and cadreship for the national resistance movement is unquestionable.